Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Gobind and this is your channel for grace. If you guys have not subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified of when I go live and when I upload videos, and also make sure to give this video a thumbs up. This week we are covering in this astrology and tarot video the full moon in Pisces. I'm going to do a tarot reading for you guys and also pull an animal spirit card, and then I'll pull one card individually for each of the zodiac signs and tell you where this beautiful full moon in Pisces is happening in your chart. If you have not yet downloaded or purchased the fall 2020 special webinar, make sure that you do. There's a link in the description for you to do that. And also make sure to download and subscribe to our podcast, Channel for Grace, Uncut Podcast, and download as well our free moon astrology guide, and everything is basically in the description, and awesome stuff as well that I share in the description. If you want to book readings with me or learn astrology with me, all of that is available on my website, and you can find out more information as well there. So let us get started with these readings. So we're going to talk about this full moon in Pisces, and I'm actually going to be doing a special full moon astrology video tonight, the day that this video comes out, which is, I believe, August 31st. But I'm going to go into detail about the specific aspects that the moon is making to the different planets and what's happening with this full moon more specifically. But there's a couple of things that I can share with you guys about this Pisces full moon that would give you some insight into what this energy will feel like for this week. And that is that the Pisces full moon is a moment of, it's a spiritual connection. Pisces rules the 12th house, which is also ruled by Neptune. And together they create this beautiful connection to the beyond, to the things that we can't see with our eyes, but we can definitely feel in our hearts. And this full moon in Pisces is a very intuitive moment. It will awaken your intuition. It's the connection to the crown chakra, which is known as the 1,000-petal lotus. And when the crown chakra opens, it opens up to the heavens, and that's basically what the Pisces full moon is. It's like reaching up towards the heavens and finding that beautiful connection to the universe, to everything that exists in this world. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about this full moon. I also feel like this full moon is going to give us a spiritual epiphany or spiritual insight into how we are ready, or how we are going to actually step up in terms of the crazy transits that are going to be happening soon, especially the Mars retrograde, which we'll be talking about next week on next week's video. But how do you want to show up is basically what this moon is bringing up for you. And there's an area in your life where you are purifying yourself, where you are clearing your energy. And I will let you know about what that area is at the end of the video when I pull the individual cards for the signs. But for now, just know that this is a beautiful full moon. Today, the moon is almost full. And so when there is a full moon, the energies are very intense. Like there's a lot of emotional intensity. We can feel things very intensely. Sorry, I keep using that word over and over, but it's really the only word that kind of describes this energy. But it is a beautiful intensity, because normally when the full moon comes, everybody feels everything more strongly. And so emotionally, in terms of Pisces, this is love, this is compassion, this is connection, this is like being in this beautiful, ethereal, meditative space that just brings this beautiful awe and wonder of the world. And that is what we are being surrounded with. So I'm excited to also know how you are feeling right now, because the moon is almost full. And so how are you feeling? Let me know in the comments, and let us go ahead and get into the tarot reading. This is the Six of Wands, and in the Six of Wands card, it's almost like we're stepping into some kind of leadership energy, leadership, opportunity. What I feel as this card is like we're walking the talk, or we're basically moving in a way that makes sure that when people look at us, that we are somebody that can be what's the word? We're someone that can be looked up to. And that's what I feel with this energy. We also get the Six of Swords. So this is a card of walking away. This is a card of moving away from the sort of choppy waters and into more calm waters. And I do feel like so the time that we're in right now in the world is a time where it's so there's a lot of squares, and there's a lot of oppositions, and there's a lot of heavy energy, especially in the Capricorn realm. And these energies don't feel very good. And so moving away from what doesn't feel good is exactly what the message of this full moon is. But that is also the challenge, because this Six of Swords is the challenge card, or it's in the challenge position for this week. And so it is difficult to let go and to move on, but we have to do it because there's new horizons ahead. The overall theme for the week is the Ace of Pentacles, and this is the energy of like there's a new beginning, and it has to do with like our financial abundance. It has to do with the earth element. The pentacles are the earth element. It has to do with grounding. It has to do with the things that we value. And so our ancestors want us to know, for the wisdom of the ancestors card, we get the Nine of Wands. Look at this beautiful card. I love the meditative position that she's in, and the beautiful ethereal energy that I feel, that Pisces energy here with this card. But what I feel is that they're trying to tell us this, like we're almost there. We have almost reached this like moment of awareness, that moment, that insight that I was talking about, that spiritual insight that we're going to be receiving with this moon. And so we just got to keep going. We just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other this week, and we'll get through whatever challenges we have felt. Last week, remember, we had the Mars square Saturn transit, and last week has just felt so heavy. I think a lot of people have just been like completely shutting down. I've had friends and acquaintances and people that I talk to and communicate with that say, you know, I have barely been able to like be in communication with these people because everyone's like, and me too, I've just been like, I don't really want to talk to anybody. I don't really want to be social, things like that. And so I feel like this full moon is going to kind of alleviate some of that energy. Like, thank God, right? And the animal that we get for the week is the butterfly. And I love the butterfly because the butterfly, it's all about transformation. It's changing. It's evolution. There's a beautiful story of the caterpillar that basically completely dissolves itself. The cells of the caterpillar become nutritional, food for the imaginal cells. They literally call the cells that become the butterfly the imaginal cells. And the imaginal cells, they start to multiply, and there's more and more and more and more of them. And it's a beautiful sort of resemblance to the light workers. It's like there's more and more light in the world, and the more light, the more we start to find each other and bring more light to the world. And so I think that's what's happening. All of us together are in this place of finding connections with each other and community with each other that I think has been missing. And I think this full moon is really going to kind of bring that energy up for us. This is an exciting moment. It's a moment where we are able to leave behind what no longer serves us and step forward into a place of awakening. And so this week is all about let yourself do that. Let go of those things that no longer serve you and move away and start to drift away from the choppy waters and into more calm waters, right? Six of Swords and this card both show us move away from the craziness and move closer towards more serenity. We're in a place of transformation this week, and as a general theme, we have been for a while, but specifically this week, I would recommend that you meditate. I would recommend that you find some time to be still and be with yourself, and I would recommend that you reflect on what is it that I really want? What am I ready? How am I ready to show up in the world? And let the energies unfold beautifully. And I will definitely hope that you join us tomorrow for the full moon ceremony. So what I'm going to do next is go through each of the zodiac signs and tell you where this full moon is happening in your chart, and then pull a goddess card for you as well. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, you guys. So if you're in Aries, sun, moon, or rising, this full moon in Pisces is going to be happening in your 12th house. So that's actually going to be really beautiful. The thing about Aries is that they always get the exact house that sign rules when whatever major aspect or major transit is happening. And for you, it's going to be a deep spiritual awakening, a deep spiritual connection. You actually got Mary Magdalene, the apostle to the apostles. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. Oh my God. I just absolutely love that for you, Aries. So this is about understanding your human nature and your divine nature, and fully being, aware that you are both. There's both of these aspects in your life right now, and it's okay to be both human and divine. And I think that's what you're going to learn with this full moon in Pisces. For Taurus, sun, moon, and rising, this moon is happening in your 11th house, and this is your friendships, this is your networks, this is also the sharing your gifts. Like, it's how you show up in the world and how you move forward and start to give back to your community, to basically who you came here to serve, because we all really came here to serve, right? You get Zhao Zhuangjing. I'm probably butchering that name. The mystic of peace. She says, I am peace. When my mind is clear, the way is clear. I love that. So this card is telling you that this week you have to do a lot to help clear your mind, and especially of those thoughts that hold you back, especially of those thoughts that make you feel like you're, not good enough. All the negative thoughts is important for you to move away from and to clear the mind, and meditation will help you do that, because when you clear the mind, you clear the way for more peace to show up in your life. So if you're a Gemini, sun, moon, or rising, this moon is happening in your 10th house of career. And that is actually really cool, because that means that in terms of career, you're going to be receiving a lot of intuitive hits. You're going to be connecting at a spiritual level, and there goes the cards. So you're going to be connecting at that spiritual level, and it's going to bring you a lot of insight in terms of your career. You get Lilith, the first woman. I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. I love this. This week is about you choosing who you are, choosing what you want in terms of your career. So give yourself a moment to sit down and basically be with what your desires are, your true desires. Lilith, believe it or not, during this moon, she is going to be pretty close to Mars, or almost conjunct Mars, and them two together is like double trouble, Mars in Aries can be the hero, but can also be, the god of war that creates these battles. But Lilith, she's like all about, okay, this is me, and I'm going to just do things my way, and I'm not afraid to be myself. And that's what you need to do when you think about you in terms of your career and this week in general. So Cancer, sun, moon, and rising, this moon is happening in your 9th house of spirituality, spiritual integration. This is the place of your faith. The card you get is Miao Shan. These cards are beautiful. The Princess of Mercy. Giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. Cool. So there's something, there's a message here about showing mercy. Like, show yourself mercy, and then also show other people in your life mercy. Be forgiving, and remember that everybody makes mistakes. And what I would say is try not to be, not that you are, but try to not be judgmental in any way, shape, or form, especially to other people that have different belief systems as yours. I think that there's a balance there that this moon is asking you to sort of connect with. And in your 9th house of spiritual integration, you're going to feel the understanding. The understanding will definitely come. So Leo, sun, moon, and rising. This is happening in your 8th house, and this is the house of death. This is also the house of change. This is also the house of transformation. This is a rebirth energy for you. And because it's Pisces, it will be a spiritual rebirth or a spiritual awakening. And so you get Thecla, I think that's how you say it, Thecla, the prophetess of true power. I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own. What I love about this card for you, Leo, is that there's that tiger, you know, lioness energy here. And that's you, man. That's the king and that's the queen. And this is you in your full power. So this, what I feel is that this lioness energy, tiger energy, this takes you through the hardships of the 8th house, because the 8th house tends to be that difficulty, because there has to be, it's endings that lead to beginnings. And obviously no one likes endings because they make you expand and they make you grow and they help you grow. So what you need to do is remember that you've got that power within you, inside of you, to do everything that you need to do to get through this transition that you will be going through, this rebirth that you will be going through. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. This moon is happening in your 7th house of relationships. I think that's beautiful. The Pisces energy will awaken a new spiritual connection. You might even feel a reconnection to someone who means a lot to you, but who you connect with on a soul level, not just like human to human, but like soul to soul. I think that's what you're going to feel very intensely with this full moon, and it'll give you clarity and insight into your relationships in general. And that's not just romantic relationships, that's also relationships that are related to business, because that's what the 7th house rules, is business, relationships, and romantic relationships. You get Amaterasu, the goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. Oh my God, that is epic. I love this for you, especially because of the 7th house energy. We're all mirrors reflecting light back to each other. Wow. That just kind of speaks for itself, this card. It kind of gives you this like, hello, you are light. We are all light. And if you remember that, right, that's very Pisces. If you remember that, you will have the most purest, beautiful connections you could ever imagine in your life. For Libra, sun, moon, and rising, this moon is happening in your 6th house of work. And you get Rabia, the queen of saintly women. I am in service of divine love. I move the way love asks me to move. You know what I love about this message is that the 6th house is the house of service. It's the house ruled by Virgo. And you are here to be of service, but to be of service with that flavor of love, to connect to that divine love, which is so very much this Pisces energy. So I love that for you, Libra. For Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising, this is happening in your 5th house of creativity. So get ready to get some deep insights into, you know, where you can take your life next in terms of your creativity. But this is creativity that is inspired through divine knowledge and dreams and things like that. You get Sarada Devi, the divine mother. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. I love that. And this is about understanding that in terms of the 5th house of creativity, there is an aspect to life that is this creative life force, and that is the divine feminine, the divine mother, which is represented with this card. And I feel like this is a powerful, powerful time for you to allow that creative life force to flow through you. All right, Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. This moon is happening in your 4th house of the home. So that's a beautiful energy for your 4th house. It's very compassionate. So I feel like I feel a lot of compassion coming towards you in this realm in your life this week. And you get Yemoja, I'm probably butchering these names. The goddess of all that flows. I am an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. What this card tells me is that this is a time for you to focus on what is flowing in your life and let yourself go in that direction. Now, she is also the goddess. I mean, she looks like a mermaid. She's got scales. So it's like she's the mermaid and I see her in the ocean. And so this is what is exactly that Pisces energy. So there's also a lot that has to do with, you know, the ocean and Neptune, and that's that Pisces ruled energy can be really expansive when we can often feel like we don't know what is going on because we're overwhelmed with energy. And so this is also an opportunity, and I feel like this card is also telling you to find the calm waters, right? Like that 7 of Swords that we were looking at, but find the calm waters and let yourself be in that calm ocean. Not let it overwhelm you, but also know that if you go with the flow, you will feel the ease start to arrive in your life. For Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising, this moon is happening in your 3rd house of communication. And that's like divine communication, because Pisces is the connection to the divine. It's the crown chakra, like I was explaining at the beginning of this video. And if you're open, if the door is open for you to receive those messages, you literally can become a channel for grace with this energy. You get Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. I actually love this. So this is very true. Abundance comes from within. Abundance is like that law of attraction, that you become a magnet to life, and things that you think about, things that you feel about, you start to attract into your life. So be careful with the way that you use your words this week. That is going to be very important, especially because this moon is happening in your 3rd house. Now, Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. This moon is happening in your 2nd house of finances. So that's like bringing money in. That's also what, you know, the things that you value in your life. You get Shekinah, the presence of the divine feminine. I love that because the 2nd house is also ruled by Taurus, which is in turn ruled by Venus, and that is the goddess of love, and it's also that Empress energy. So I feel that energy in this card. At the center of everything, there is light, and I am that light, and you are that light. And oh my goodness, I love this message for you, Aquarius. You are the light. Remember too, Aquarius is the star card in the tarot. You are that star. You are that light that brings hope to the world. Shekinah. I love that. Also, she has her hand on her heart in this image. I just think it's beautiful. Remember to connect with your heart, and it's like you bring that beautiful energy. You bring those values into this world. And for last but not least, of course, Pisces, this moon is happening in your 1st house of the self. This is for you a spiritual awakening in terms of discovering who you are and the new you, and things about yourself that were hidden that you didn't really know about. It seems a little bit scary, but it's actually a really beautiful process. And the card just flew out. So let's see what you get, Pisces. My Bago. Oh my, look at this image. The warrior saint. I am a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support. Whoa, check her out. She straight up has a sword. She looks like a Sikhi or a Kundalini yogi. And I know a lot about Kundalini yogis, and in the Sikh tradition, they actually have these swords, and they practice these beautiful. I don't know what it's called, but it's it's learning how to use the swords and those kind of they're weapons, but at the same time, it's like there's a divinity to it. There's a very powerful activation of your power. It's an empowering thing, and I feel like goddess and God energy here. I feel like Venus energy, and I also feel Mars energy. And the cool thing about this moon is there is going to be a square from Mars to Venus, and they'll be making this kind of grand square in the sky. So this is okay. So here's what I'm feeling. Like, you have to activate your strength, your inner strength, Pisces, but it comes through love. It is about being the warrior of love. It's the inner strength that comes from devotion, and that is exactly what you need to activate. Just take this image in and be like, I am that. I am strong. I am free. I am open to receiving. I am me. Mostly, I am me, and I am empowered, and I know who I am, and I believe in myself, and I have these beautiful things to look forward to into the future. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and check out the links in the description for all these awesome things that I offer here. Go to my website to check them out as well, channelforgrace.guru. I will see you guys next week for your weekly astrology forecast. Sat Nam.